rather than having a hole in the bottom for my hand and a hole for the mouth, it doesn't work, because here is the beginnings of my mom's mouth. It's a piece of flexible foam folded in half. It does usually have an overbite and wider in the corners, and then a foam mitten for your hand. And you see, when you open the mouth, which is actually the size of your hand, it's much bigger than this opening is. In fact, the top of the mouth, the distance around the top of the mouth has to equal the distance in the bottom of the head. So I'll have to cut the whole bottom off of this head to make it fit just the top of the mouth. And then the chin will be attached to the bottom of the mouth as the bottom of the head. This is my mom's mouth, and I'm thinking, because she's very expressive, that the mouth needs to be flexible. So the inside of the mouth is that thin, actually it's an extra thick foamy foam fun at the craft store, and then the back of it, where my fingers are going to be against, will be polyfoam. So I've just traced the outline here. I'll cut it out and glue it on. I actually use a long razor blade pattern with, like a saw blade. It's actually faster and more accurate than a scissors would be, and I don't get that chop cut mark that the scissors will leave if you don't get the scissors back where you started each time. When you glue, you want to put the contact cement in a hair coloring applicator bottle, and when you squeeze it out, you have a lot of control. Use the nipple on the bottle as like a bread spreader. Spread that butter, spread it thin evenly, squirt it out, and then spread it with the nozzle. And you can clean that nozzle off later with odorless mineral spirits. The nipple allows you to get the glue right up to the edge of the foam very cleanly and clearly, and the nipple helps to spread it all evenly so you don't have one big glop in one area. You actually want to wait until the glue is completely dry and tacky before you stick it together. You don't want to put it together when it's wet. You have plenty of working time because you're waiting for it to dry. It actually takes about, 20 minutes for it to become dry, and you could stick two pieces together, probably up to 24 hours after you put the wet glue on the foam. So here are two pieces that were glued. They're now dry, but when they touch each other, they are very tacky. Just press it together. When you stick them together, they are very tacky, like my neighbor. This is my mom's mouth, and I messed it up. I made it black. It needs to be pink, so I cut out a pink foam sheet, and I will put spray adhesive on the back of this and glue it on. The only area that will end up being black is a circle in the center, which will represent the throat where the tongue comes out of. Spray adhesive is like contact cement in a can, only it's thinner, faster, and lighter. You still have to spray both surfaces and wait for it to dry until it's tacky, and then press them together on contact. Spray adhesive, you probably only have minimum 2 minutes, maximum 10 minutes dry time. You gotta wait till the glue is tacky, so I kind of test it by touching it. If it's wet and it sticks to me, it's not dry enough. That's better. I think today it's not drying too well because it's humid outside, but we'll go with it. Okay, here's the finger tube and the mitten for the back of my mom's mouth. Me, me, me. a better picture of here's a better construction of a mouth. Here's the back of Ed's mouth, and you see this becomes the long neck that your hand goes through, and it comes out into a foam core base. And I have made pockets for my fingers to fit in the top, and a pocket for my thumb to fit in the bottom. And this operates the mouth. My hand actually comes out the back of the head and will be covered by this sock. Hi!